Hello, artists. My name is Miss Sarah. I'm a teaching artist with PS Arts, and today we are going to talk about puppeteering! Yay! And I have one very special guest today. Oh, here he comes. This is Herbert. Herbert is a sock puppet, and you can participate along with me today by just grabbing any old sock to put on your arm. And if you have some eyeballs or something to put on the head to be given a line of sight, that's totally fine. But if not, you can just do it with a sock and just play around like that. What's going on, Herbert? Is there something wrong? Well, you said I was just a sock. I'm not just a sock. I'm a sock puppet. I know you're a sock puppet. I'm just saying that the kids, if they want to try with a sock, that's okay, and they'll still get a lot out of it, even if they don't have a full puppet, just a sock. Oh, well, okay then. That's fine. Breath. Every creature breathes, right? That's one of the things that gives us life. So in puppets, that's one of the things that's going to give your puppet life. It's very subtle. Just a little up and down moment. Can you take a breath with me, Herbert? Oh, sure. A little too much, just a nice gentle, like you're just breathing normally. Oh, normal breath, I'm sorry. Okay, that's fine. Take a breath in, and out, and in, and out. And as you notice, as we take a breath, Herbert just gives a little up and a little down with his breaths. Just nice and subtle, and that little motion lets the puppet really come alive. Okay, now let's look at the next thing. Where is my focus as a puppeteer? When Herbert is talking, I'm going to look right at him because that's going to show the audience where to look at this beautiful face. Okay, so what I'm hearing is when I'm talking, you look right at me. Yes, Herbert, that is correct. Oh, great. And then when I talk, a nice thing is thinking about your puppet Eyeline, they can look at you. Or if there's another puppet in your scene, they could look right at the other puppet. Whoa, that's so cool! Let's talk about puppet Eyeline for a second. When your puppet is talking or looking, just make sure you see where their eyeballs are looking. If it's left or right or up or down. If they're talking and they're kind of talking like this, that's a little funny. But if they're looking like straight ahead at the audience, that's a really clear eye line. The next thing, let's talk about speaking. How do we do that? Well, it's very simple. Puppets have a jaw just like we have a jaw. I have a jaw! Yes, you have a jaw. Your jaw is made out of my thumb. Open up and say ah. Oh. Okay, so my thumb is right down here. And my fingers are right up here making the top jaw. So when Herbert talks, I open up on every syllable. Let's try that. I'll speak and you open your mouth. Open up on every syllable. Or every word, really. If you notice, I'm also moving forward and back a little bit. I'll show you from the side. Open up on every word. And that little forward motion helps to give a little bit of life in the breath and animation to your puppet as well. Sound good? Sounds good to me. Okay, great. So let's talk a little bit about body language because people communicate a lot through how they are with their body, and so do puppets. For example, when we're happy, we usually puff up and we get nice and high and oh, we feel so good and maybe even up in the air like la 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 la. Now, I made an exception to the eye contact rule because I want to show how gleeful he was that he threw his head back with joy. And that's what happens when we get happy. Now, when people feel sad, sometimes their body language droops. And the same with puppets. I'm just feeling a little down. Oh, Herbert, it's okay, buddy. You're really kind. Thanks, Herbert. That's so kind. You lifted me up too. Now, if somebody, there are other emotions. What if somebody gets a little mad? Sometimes if we scrumple up a face a little bit, that can make them look a little mad, like you're biting your teeth, or something like this. And you can just play with that. Maybe chomping at their own bit. Or what if They get scared. Maybe there's a little startle, a little shake. No, oh, it's okay. It's okay. I thought there was a monster, but it was just a kitten. It was just a kitten. I thought it was a tiger. Now, how do puppets move around? Well, very simply, they walk and fly like anybody else. So when your puppet walks, we just give them a little bounce. Go ahead and demonstrate, Herbert. Good. Just a little bounce, and you can go back. Sometimes it's hard because we have the limit of how our arms bend, but that's it. And then we settle. And then when you fly, you can do the same thing. You get a little compress and jump. Ooh, and a little swirl, 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 and land. Okay, that's pretty nice flying, Herbert. That's great. Thank you. You're welcome. That covers kind of the basics of how to puppeteer, and I'm going to bring a special guest in. Her name is Lucinda, and we'll show you how it looks like when puppets have a little dialogue together. Now, we're going to talk about a couple different things that make a conversation between puppets work really well, okay? The first thing is, where do you put your focus? Now, when a puppet is talking, everybody else who's listening wants to be looking at that puppet. Herbert, do you want to go first? Oh, sure, I can go first, yeah. I'd like to share that my favorite thing to do on the weekends is to go to my yard and collect pine cones and count the little nubs on them. Oh, that's a really great, fun thing to do, Herbert. Thank you. And Lucinda, do you have anything you'd like to say? Yes, I'd like to say that I am really hungry for lunch, and I'm looking forward to peanut butter and jelly. Wow, that sounds delicious. So, as you can see, our focus went to whoever is speaking, and even when I'm speaking, they look at me, because that helps us to know where to be. Another thing is, if you notice, everybody is pretty still when the other person is speaking. Oh, wow, that's really nice. It's like you're giving me really nice active listening. Yeah, I love that. I feel very respected, and it's very kind of you all to have my back like that. Well, that's what friends are for, right? Yeah! 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 Okay, friends. Well, we hope that you all have a really great day. And remember, no matter where you are, you go ahead and take it, Herbert. You have the freedom to imagine and the power to create. Oh, that was awesome. Thank you so much.